You got a wrench? Put your wrench in here, squeeze it together. You have a safety on the spring. Oh, he didn't adjust any of these. There it is. That's one side. That's the other side. I like setting it out so that these are on the ground. I pick it up and find out where the dog and the trigger is. Turn it back over. Set these where they need to be. Get my safety ready. Squeeze it. Set my trigger. Put my safety on. Maintaining pressure. Remember, maintaining pressure. Take these off, slide them all the way down. Lift these up. That picks the trap up off the ground. Okay, what I'm trying to do right now is I'm actually putting stakes in the ground to hold the trap from rocking back and forth. That way when the animal hits it, he's not going to tip it over. I force these in the spring. Now get the other one, do the same thing on the other side. There's the trap is set up. It's just off of the ground. You don't want it an inch off of the ground. You want it just off of the ground. Okay? And that's what happens. Hi, my name is Bobby Plude from Equipped to Endure. Let me explain to you a little bit about our trapping and tracking course. Remember, traps and tracking go together. Trapping is only 10% of actual trapping. It's the tracking that you really need to learn. So I'm going to show you a few traps that I have here. All right, we're going to start out with steel traps. We're going to go from the smallest to the biggest. I'm going to show you this trap. This is a 110. If you can see, it's got a trigger, a dog, and one spring. This is a 120. It's the same size as a 110, but it has two springs. And it's got safeties on the springs because the springs are doubled. This is a very good mink trap, a rabbit trap, a small animal, small game. I've been trapping with these since 1975. So I just want you to know that we also teach leg traps. We also teach snares, and tracking is a big part of that. We'll actually show you how to track the animal, how to make the set. This is a 160. This is a 220. This is even a little bit bigger, as you can see. This is for raccoon. You can use this for beaver and larger animals. This is my mainstay. This is my master right here. This is a 330. You can see the size of this. It's 10 by 10. This is for beaver. This in New York State and in similar states, this can only be in the water. You also have to have them tagged. So if you have a trap in the water and there's no tag on it, get the animal or to check your traps, no tag, it's a fine. They'll take your license and your traps. Right here, I have a basic trap setup with a 220. This would be on a path or a trail. As you can see, the dog, the trigger, and a safety device. If you are going to play with these traps, you need to buy a safety device. It's called a gripper, a safety gripper. You need to buy one. Whenever you set this trap up, it needs to be up off of the ground. You can see on a previous video that I did, I put 2 sticks underneath it to keep it up off of the ground. With this one, I actually used the springs. You can see I drove stakes in here again. I drove stakes that were kind of big, so I had to force them in there. That helps to open up the spring. It makes it the spring a little quicker to open. It makes it faster. Okay, so this is basically this setup. You can set on a trail. You can set it on a bank. You can set it in the water in a hole. You can set it next to a den. This is a very good versatile trap. This is a 220. And that's what that trap does. We also teach snares and snaring, I honestly believe that tracking is the bigger part of the whole scenario. If you are going to learn how to trap, you need to learn how to track. They go hand in hand. One does not work without the other. Remember, using the traps and setting a trap up is 10%. 90% is actually knowing where the animal is. You can email me at bobby@equippedtoendure.com. If you want any more information about our classes, feel free to go on the website and look, click onto the courses, and you'll see exactly when the classes are going to be, where they're going to be. If you have any questions, email us. We would be glad to set something up for a group of people. So I'm Bobby Plude at Equipped to Endure. Remember, if you're not always prepared, you're never prepared. Thank you, and until next time.